Hello everyone, pangalan ko po ay si Andrew. I've been working for 13 years. Maganda ang trabaho ko. It's going very well. Pero hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin akong kotse. People have been asking me all sorts of questions about getting a car. I'm not immune to temptation. And in fact, I did give in, bought a car about 3 years ago, and it was so crappy I ended up selling it in a year. I sold it because it didn't give me the value and joy that I thought it would bring to my life. Let me share to you my reasons for still not getting a car until now. By the way, I'd like to make a quick disclaimer that there's not in any way that I'm saying here that buying a car is wrong or that you shouldn't buy a car. It's simply my decision, and my reasons don't necessarily apply to other people, but I would like to share to you because I'm sure that there will be a lot of people that could relate with my reasons as to why until now I still haven't bought a car. Let me get to reason number one. It actually makes you poorer. It doesn't make you any richer. That's right. It's really funny when people shows up or post a photo of their new car and people would say, "Oh wow, congratulations, big time, yaman, sana all." So all sorts of positive praises, and it's really fine. The thing is, basic math would tell you that that person who shows up with the new Honda has just become 15,000 pesos poorer every month for the next 5 years. But at least he has a car, yes, and he needs to spend on gas, parking, maintenance, and accessories. Not to mention that even if you pay for it in cash, if you sell it the following day, it would be way lower than what you paid for. But you can use it. Yeah, same thing if I bought a new iPhone or a lampshade or a new pair of shoes. I can use them, makes me look rich, but it doesn't add anything to my net worth. It doesn't really bring in more money for me. It doesn't really make you any richer. So no matter where you look at it, financially speaking, buying a new car or a used car only makes you look rich, but it doesn't make you any richer. And my goal is to become rich, not just to look rich. Reason number two. Over the years, I've learned to earn people's respect through other means. And what I mean by that is, the problem with most people is that we like to justify our spending, but we don't spend enough time evaluating our intentions. People say, I need that car because it's fitting for my title, or I need that specific model, I need to upgrade my car, all sorts of things. Most people won't admit it, but we buy that car, that model, not because it can take us from point A to point B, but we buy that nice car because it's the easiest way to mask our insecurities. When people show up with a luxurious car or with that new model, we automatically associate that with power and respect. I don't want to be judgmental here, but most likely the reason why your neighbor upgraded their old car into a new one when it's still working fine, when there's really absolutely nothing wrong about it, is because they want to show you that they've made it, and they want to show you that this is how much they can afford. Most people will not admit it, but most likely your neighbor upgraded their car or they bought the new car because they want to show everyone else or that they simply have a better life than you. And it's simply the way it is. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean that they would like to brag. It's just that it makes us feel better about ourselves, and it's just not who I am. The problem I have with that is those very same people who actually care about what car you drive are usually not the people you truly care about, and not the people who truly care about you. So please think about that. And most of the time, they're usually the kind of people you don't want to keep in your life. Because for me, I'd rather be remembered on how well I have treated the people around me rather than what car I drove. It's simply my principle. My third reason for not getting a car until now is productivity, because I spend about 2 to 3 hours of travel every day. That includes all the stops and transfers. But if I imagine that if I'll be driving, I would have very limited options as to what else I could do, because my focus would be on driving, and I could probably listen to some audiobooks. I could make a few phone calls. But the thing is, when I commute, when I'm inside the bus, or when I'm inside the bus, or when I'm riding the train, even though I'm standing up, I could do all other things. I could even edit my videos. I could watch a few videos. I could read books. I could even contact a few people. So there's so many things that I could do that I think I would really need. And me letting go of those extra 2 to 3 hours a day is a big loss for me. I know it's not very practical for other people, but I actually love those 2 to 3 hours when I'm alone, when I'm commuting by myself, and I could do all other things, because when I get home, I have other priorities. So number 3 reason why I still haven't gotten a car until now is productivity. Last but not the least, my 4th reason for not getting a car until now is something you'll be able to relate with. It's about the alternatives, because back in the day, it only made sense to get a car if you have a family, if you have kids. But right now, there's an alternative. Ride sharing apps, Uber and Grab were definitely game changers, because it allows us to book in a ride, and even if you compute for it, because when I take the kids with me, we take Grab, or we before we used to ride an Uber, but we no longer have Uber here in the Philippines, so our only option right now would be Grab or Auto. And it's very practical. People would say that, but you spend a lot of money paying the driver about 500, 300, 400, 500 pesos every ride, and you spend about thousands of pesos every month. Yes, that's true, but it's not even a fraction of what I would be paying if I would be getting a car, because not only am I paying for the car, even if I'm not using it, I would have to pay for maintenance, parking, and gas. And it simply just doesn't really make it. I know that people can get emotional and would say, without computation, that it's cheaper if you're spending like 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month with Grab. Why not just buy your car? But still, it doesn't really equate to how much I'll be spending. The only advantage is that after you paid for the car 5 years, is that you have a car to use. You could sell it, but you would be selling it for less money than what you paid for. So it's not really an investment, it's really a liability, and you're just selling it for a lower price. So let me make it clear that it doesn't mean that I will never be buying a car. In fact, it's one of the considerations I have now that I'm pondering with my 2020 plans. But I want it to be because it's very clear to me that it's aligned with my goals, and it's not because I'm buying it out of emotion, out of impulse. And it's very good to share these reasons that I've provided, because I'm sure a lot of people might have some reasons like this, and some people might agree or disagree. So please let me know what you think. Do you have a car? Are you selling your car? Do you regret buying a car, or do you totally disagree with what I've shared here with you? So please let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.